This is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? My name's Tony, aka Star Wars Sith, and welcome to another episode of Sith Talk, where we talk Star Wars news, rumors, and coming soon. Today we have on the show Lex from the Jedi Knight Lex YouTube channel. How you doing, Lex?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what your channel focuses on.
Okay. I just got into collecting maybe about a year or two ago. I strictly focus on Star Wars stuff, but I've been branching out. So I do like Funkos. I started doing little bag clips. Like I got the little mini pops too, but I try to do different things. Like I try to go to different comic conventions and post about that, visit comic shops. So I try to do like little unboxing videos here and there. I try to mix it up, keep it all fresh on each, platform that I've got.
Nice. So for you guys listening and watching, I'm gonna put the link to her channel down in the description and her TikTok. Definitely check her out. A lot of dope content, and like I'm kind of spoiled since I'm in Florida too. So half the time when you go to these shops, I'm like, oh, I know where that is. I take note that way I can see like what they have and stuff like that. So I love watching all those videos when you go to all the different shops. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely more south and you're a little bit up higher, so it's cool to
Yeah.
see where you go and then kind of mix it up when I'm up in that area too.
Exactly. Yeah, that way if I'm out of town down south or traveling, I know, oh, I'm gonna go hit up these spots because they look really, really dope.
Always
S- So everyone that comes on, they get three questions. Are you ready?
ready as I can be.
So the first one is, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, honestly, that's probably easy for me. It's got to be Revenge of the Sith.
Nice.
Easy.
Why Revenge of the Sith?
I got introduced to Star Wars like by my dad when I was a little bit younger, so they had already come out and everything, and he was like obsessed with it. So we would literally just sit there and rewatch all the prequels like all the time. That was literally
Nice.
all I watched. And something about like Anakin's transition and kind of seeing him go to the dark side, as well as like
Yeah.
his relationship with Padme changing, like it was just so dynamic. Even the fight scenes, it was like nothing I had seen before. So like when I
Yeah.
was younger, I was just mind blown by it. And even to this day, I still am. So that's probably my top 10, like one of my top Star Wars of all times, to be honest.
Yeah, so for me, it's Revenge of the Sith. Yep, that's my favorite movie. Like, I still remember it like it was yesterday because I saw it in theaters. I remember going to the midnight release on Thursday because back in 2005, you had to wait till midnight. It's not like now where it's like 3, 4, or 5 o'clock on Thursday. So, and like you said, just seeing the transition from Anakin to Vader because you knew it was coming, it had to happen, and it was just so beautiful. And then that big fight with the Obi-Wan and Anakin. Oh, the music too. The music from the prequels hits so hard. So yeah, Revenge of the Sith, good choice, good choice.
Yeah, all time favorite.
So the next one can be a little tricky. What's your favorite show out of all the shows? So you can only pick one out of all the live action and animated.
I am really torn between Clone Wars and Rebels,
Yeah.
but honestly, I'm probably gonna have to go with Rebels. I think that it's not like a landslide like Revenge of the Sith, but
Yeah.
I really do enjoy the development of the Clone Wars and like getting to see more of like what happens with those characters. But Rebels just kind of introduced something completely new to me to Star Wars and like different characters. They're dynamic, and I love
Yes.
Rebels. So I think that's probably my favorite show, to be honest.
So I'm literally like we're like twins basically. So
Yeah.
I always try to battle between Clone Wars and Rebels. For the longest, I gave the Clone Wars the edge just because of season 7, because those
Mhm.
last 4 episodes, it's like Revenge of the Sith. But I don't know. I think I might be leaning again back towards Rebels more because like I'm rewatching it now for Ahsoka, and then literally I just met the freaking cast and got
Yeah.
all those autographs in ICC Con. So it's kind of like I feel like I'm friends with them now. So
You're like a part of the Ghost Crew.
yes. So I think I might be leaning more towards Rebels, and Ahsoka is literally Rebels season 5. So that's gonna put it over the edge because like now when I think Rebels, Ahsoka's included with that like a hundred
Mhm.
percent. So the craziest thing though, when I was at ICC Con was Taylor Gray, who voices Ezra.
Mhm.
It just is his voice. He didn't change it or tweak it or nothing. So I'm standing in line waiting for his autograph, and I hear him talking to people, and I'm like, yo, it's Ezra. Like it sounds just like Ezra. And when I got up to him, I'm like, bro, I'm like, hey man, it's like surreal right now to hear your voice because I'm rewatching Rebels and like you sound just like Ezra, like your regular voice is Ezra. And he laughed and he was like, yeah, that he gets that all the time. That other actors like Steve, that
Mhm.
the Zeb and Hera's voice actor, they have to change their voices. He was like, it's just my voice, it's just me in Rebels. And I was like, yeah, man, that's so cool. So yeah, everything in Rebels, like you said, like it's a new dynamic, but for me, it's new and old at the same time because everybody's in it. Vader,
Mhm.
Leia, Lando, R2, 3PO, freaking Maul. So yeah, Rebels is so slept on, man, from some people.
It is. I've been telling everyone, they're like, "Oh, I can't wait for Ahsoka to come out." I'm like, "Have you watched Rebels?" They're like, "No," and I'm like,
Wow.
"What are you doing?" Like, it literally is going to fall right in it's like the next season
It
is
is.
Ahsoka, essentially, but, yeah, I met Steve, and he was honestly such a cool guy, but he definitely
Yeah.
changes his voice. Like, I got his little Zeb autograph right there, but
Oh,
he totally
nice.
changes his voice, so I think that's cool that Ezra is, like his voice actor is literally using his own voice, like, that's definitely very unique.
Yeah, because the minute I heard him say something to someone, I'm like, that's Ezra. Like, whole it was
He's here.
unreal. It was unreal. And Sabine too. Sabine's voice, it's hers. Tia Sakar, it's her voice. So
Oh,
when I
really?
was talking to her, yeah, when I was talking to her, all I could picture is her just talking smack to Ezra on the episodes. Like, it was just so cool. And then they did a panel too. So I'm actually dropping that video in a couple of days with some clips that I recorded, but the panel of all of them on stage just talking, and it was just amazing. It was so amazing.
Definitely very jealous I didn't get to go this year, but from what you had already posted, I was like, "Wow, like, that just seems like such a surreal experience." So I'm definitely gonna try to get that in the books for next year.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So the last question is, who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Ooh.
Mm,
Oh, man, that's definitely challenging. Honestly, I feel like I've always been like growing up, I was always like a little Anakin girl. Like I loved Anakin so much, but I feel like as like I got older, like I started watching Clone Wars and then like I
mhm,
really kind of resonated with Ahsoka a lot.
mm.
So I feel like over time it's definitely changed, but OG me would have said Anakin any day.
Nice, nice. That's a good one. For me, it's Maul. It
Yeah.
usually fluctuates between like Maul, Anakin, and Boba, but yeah, it's just I love Darth Maul. We need more of him, man. So much
He's
more
a
of him.
sick character. So I
Yeah,
can totally see where you're coming from.
yeah. He's crazy. He's a savage, and like especially him in season 7, like that fight with the Ahsoka was just so beautiful, and how he tried to like turn her to join him to take down Palps. Like, oh, so crazy, so
Yeah, that was
crazy,
even, like, the final battle between, like, him and Obi was, like, epic, like, they just their continued
poetic.
dynamic between the 2 of them, like, when they're younger and, like, when they're, like, towards the end, like,
Yeah,
he's just such a his character is so dynamic, and it's across so many different shows and series, like,
yeah, yeah,
it's crazy, like, he's definitely a very pivotal character, and I'm glad that they brought him back, so I totally see where you're coming from.
yeah. I just hope we get him back like one more time, or something live action would be nice, but I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I feel like maybe the live action would be hard though with his like bionic like legs. Like I feel like that'd be interesting to see how they would do that.
Oh,
Like would it be like him prior to like Phantom Menace? Like if they kind of gave that backstory, like that would be cool. But I feel like the live action might be a little hard.
yeah, they kind of did it though in Solo, because in that hologram, he had the robotic legs,
Oh yeah.
and I think that I saw a behind the scenes picture of them filming that, and like he had the robot legs. I didn't really look at it that close, but they kind of did it in that sense. So I'm sure with the technology it's possible, but I guess we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, yes. All right. So I got a couple articles we're gonna take a look at. There wasn't a whole lot of like news, juicy stuff out right now. It's a little dry right now. So the first thing I saw that people are talking about is Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2, if it's happening or not. Like there's been rumors constantly, like nonstop. So I guess they talked to Deborah Chow, or no, they talked to KK, and she said again, there's nothing in active development. I mean, and there's potential something to happen down the road, but that's, they always say that. But would you want to see a second season of Obi-Wan?
Honestly, yeah, because I really liked what they did with that show. I mean, I've
Yeah,
they sent out that trailer earlier that I was like taking a look at of like kind of doing a remake of it. And I know that they had initially speculated that it was supposed to be like a movie rather than a show, but I honestly loved what they did with it. The flashbacks, like Order
yeah,
66, giving Jar Jar his like redemption story, like giving his actor a redemption story. Like I
yeah.
love the little parts of it. I mean, I thought it was really good. Honestly, I would love to see a season 2 and kinda like where that goes, but with it not being in speculation, I'm sure that makes sense because with everything else that they're releasing, I'm sure that this kinda falls to the bottom.
Yeah, I know. I definitely enjoy the Kenobi show. I know it wasn't a hit for everyone. But like I definitely, the parts that I enjoyed, I really enjoyed. Like all the stuff with Hayden and Hewan, like seeing them on screen together was beautiful. It was just the prequels vibes, the prequels flashbacks, and like all that stuff. Like I just wanted more of those parts. Like the rest of the
Yeah.
stuff where they added like Riva and extra stuff, like I really didn't care. I wanted more of Anakin and Vader, Vader and Obi-Wan. Like I wanted more of that dynamic. So I guess we'll see if they do a season 2 though. I would love to see Obi-Wan training with Qui-Gon. Like that would just be so beautiful to see more of that, cuz Qui-Gon's another character that we need more of. We got him in episode 1, and then maybe in what, like one or two Clone Wars episodes, but like yeah, I mean hopefully we'll see, I guess.
I mean, we got a little bit of his background, like, in the Tales of the Jedi, but you don't really like
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
the relationship between the master and the Padawan, I feel like that's such a key point that needs to be expanded upon, but I absolutely loved, like, the little Anakin and Obi flashbacks, like, the little girl in me was, like, ecstatic.
Oh, every time that happened, I got so hyped. But like what killed me was it was so short and then it cuts back. And I'm like, no, like I want to live in that. Like, give me a full episode or half of an episode of them training in the Jedi Temple, them in Coruscant, like the old school vibes. Yeah. Oh man, those were exciting times getting those short moments, and that final duel was iconic. That conversation where he's like, "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did." Like, you didn't like,
Mhm.
oh, you didn't fail me, Obi-Wan. It was just so beautiful, man. And then him crying, and then seeing Hayden's eyes turn from the regular color to yellow back to regular. Oh, crazy. So crazy.
The cinematography on that was crazy. I'm sure Patrick was, like, super excited about that, like, the different light colors, like, using the blue when
Oh,
Anakin's
yeah.
speaking, the red when Vader like, it was just a cinematic masterpiece in my opinion, like, I absolutely love that part, like, it was too good, too good.
No, for sure. So I guess we'll see. Um, yeah. I mean, I'll take it. Hewan, I'll take anything with Hewan in it. This man is just, he's a legend. Like, I was lucky enough to meet him at Anaheim and in London. And like, if this guy's at a convention and I could go, I'm gonna go and I'll pay the crazy price just because like just being around him, it's crazy. He's gonna be in New York for New York Comic Con this October. I don't know if I'm going yet or not, but like if I do, I have to see Hewan again. Like I have to.
It's like one of those must do moments. Yeah, I'm speculating on Comic-Con in New York. I would love to go, but if it works out, we'll make it happen, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see.
New York Comic Con is dope. I went last year for the first time, so I only did Thursday, Friday. It's dope, but like you got to go to Celebration. Celebration is where you will go nuts because it's just all Star Wars, and it's a different level. It's a different level.
Yeah, I love all the Star Wars stuff. My heart definitely broke, like, not being able to go, but I feel like I was able to live kinda, like, vicariously through you that went and, like, some of the other,
Yeah,
creators that went. But, I
yeah.
mean, it looked like an insane experience that I wish I got to have, but, definitely Japan is the move.
Are you trying to go to Japan in 2025?
I 100% am trying to go. I did not get to go this
Nice.
year, so I have to go. I mean, I'm sad they're not doing one next year for, like, 2024, but I feel like the next move has to be Japan, like, easily.
Nice, nice, awesome. No, that's good to hear. Like, it's so crazy because Japan is so far away. Like for us, the flight from here is like 18 hours. It's wild.
Yeah,
But other than that, it's gonna be so crazy. Like, so I'll definitely keep you posted with all the info once I get it and stuff, like for hotels, flights and
yeah,
stuff. So I know a couple of other people like from the group chat are also trying to go too. So like there's like a good chunk. I think I know at least 10 to 15, maybe 20 people in the state of Florida that are all planning on going. So like we're trying to go out there deep.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So 2 years, just start saving. Save every dollar counts.
Literally,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's not gonna be cheap, but it's definitely something that's on my bucket list. Like, I have to go to Celebration. I feel like it's like a Star Wars creator must-have experience.
Oh, you have no idea. So my first one was Orlando 2017, and since then I haven't missed. Like it's such a rush and like a feeling being there. It's hard to explain, but once you go, you know, and it's hard to replicate that feeling. It's just you just feel like truly at home because everyone there is a fan just like you. And the cool thing is everyone loves different things, and no matter what everyone loves, whether it's OG or prequel or sequel or animated or legends, they're all respectful and everybody vibes with each other and has a good time. So yeah, 2025 Japan's gonna be wild for
Ugh,
sure.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah. Oh man,
Literally,
it's gonna be crazy. Like all of us there running into each other and seeing each other hanging out in freaking Japan, in Tokyo of all places.
literally. I have yet to go to Japan, but I feel like this gives me the perfect, like,
Exactly.
excuse to go.
Me too. I've never been. I've always wanted to go, but that 18-hour flight kind of like maybe push it to later on in life. But now this is here. This is the time. If I'm gonna do it, it's now or
Yep, that's
never.
that's the move, 2025.
So next one I got, they released the number of episodes in Skeleton Crew for Disney Plus. So whenever this comes out, which I believe is later this year, they confirmed that it's 8 episodes. So 8 episodes. What do you think about this show? You looking forward to it?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to all of the new projects that are coming out. Like, I don't think that there's one or another that I dislike. I mean, I'm definitely way
Yeah.
more excited for Ahsoka than any of
Oh
the others.
yeah.
I mean, this one looks promising. In 8 episodes, there's a lot that can be done there. So I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. And I love Jude Law as an actor. So I think
Yeah.
putting him in there, I was like, oh, this is a must see. And it's
Yeah.
Star Wars. Like, you just can't go wrong. So I'm hoping it's going to be good. I don't know what to really expect, but I'm not gonna set my expectations too high, but I'm sure that they're not gonna go too low.
This so this trailer hasn't dropped yet for everybody, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, so we did see the trailer for this, a celebration. I keep forgetting that it's not out yet. It's probably gonna drop soon, but in the trailer, Jude Law, he's a Jedi. So like
Really?
the fact that he's in the show and he's a freaking Jedi is sick. Yeah, I think it's been like confirmed in like articles and stuff, but like we see him and this dude's a Jedi in the trailer. And like from the trailer, it gives me like a Goonies, Lost in Space, Stranger Things in space vibe, which is cool. So I'm looking forward to it. The cool thing though, it's connected to the Mandoverse and Ahsoka's gonna be in it. Like Ahsoka's confirmed to show up as a cameo, maybe for like an episode or something like that. But like maybe these kids get lost on some planet and Ahsoka pops up and helps them or something like that. So I'm hyped to see more Rosario in it.
Yeah, anything that has Ahsoka, I'm definitely gonna be excited, but I love Stranger Things, so I feel like a little Stranger Things,
Yeah,
Star Wars crossover will be, like, epic in my opinion, but
no, for sure. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if Mando's gonna pop up in it, but like supposedly this connects between like Mando season 3 and season 4. So like
oh,
it's like a big storyline that flows, kind of like Marvel, how all the Marvel movies are kind of like interconnected.
mhm.
Like this is interconnected with Mando, then Ahsoka, then this, then Mando season 4. So also it's not really a spoiler, but one of the guys, the pirate guys that were in Mando season 3, like the
Yep.
one episode, one of those pirate dudes is in this. So
Really
he was in the trailer, yeah. S-
interesting. Is it the big swamp guy?
No, that guy blew up in the mountain. It's the
Oh, yeah,
other
he's
guy
fun.
that ran away like a chicken.
Oh,
Vaughn or
and the guy that was in, like, the
Vane.
snub fighter or something.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so he's in that. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So he's in it. So it'll be interesting to see for sure. So yeah. So the next one, Mando season 4. So they're trying to like see when it's gonna release because now there's that writer strike going on. So I guess originally it was gonna start filming sometime. Where is it at? It was supposed to start filming in this September. So this September it was supposed to start filming. Now it probably won't start filming till maybe January of 2024 if we're lucky. So I guess it's probably like 5, 6 months of filming and then editing. So like I think they're pretty much speculating that if we're lucky, the end of 2024, but I think it'll probably be like 2025. Which sucks having to wait that long for Mando, right?
Yeah, I that breaks my heart, unfortunately.
It does because even Mando season 3 took a while, and that kind of killed the buzz because like the views and the numbers weren't like season 1 and 2. But like we gotta wait till that long for more of that.
Yeah, there was definitely some controversy over season 3 too. Not like I feel like from the people that I talked to, they were kind of like it was very hit or miss, like whether you liked it or you didn't. Like everybody loved season 1 and 2, and then
Yeah,
you get to season 3 and there's a lot more, you know, different sides to whether you like it or not. So it was very interesting. Like I felt like some things were very rushed and other things weren't.
yeah,
But like it was definitely it was interesting, but I feel like the buzz was definitely a little like, I completely forgot about some of the stuff that happened in season 1 and 2, like, I had to go back and rewatch it to, like, kinda catch up, but
yeah.
I feel like separating them out so far is a little tough.
Did you like so what did you think of season 3?
I liked it. I
Mhm.
think that there was some things that could have been done differently. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
bringing Grogu back, so like, I love Grogu. Not that I didn't wanna see him on screen or anything, but I feel like they totally just rushed him coming back.
100%.
Like, from,
Yep.
you could have Mando could have just tried to take over Mandalore, they could have reunited later after he's done some Jedi training,
Yeah,
like, things like that, but, I mean, honestly, I kind of really enjoyed season 3. I wasn't as much of a hater as some of the other people I've talked to,
yeah.
but there's definitely some little things that they kinda brought up to me, and I was like, that definitely, like, makes sense, like, so I just there's things that could have been done differently, but I feel like that's in every show, to be honest.
No, for sure. Like, yeah, like you said, Grogu coming back was way too quick, way rushed. Like, no, like let him chill with Luke for a little bit longer. The one thing for season 3 that kind of threw me off, I thought the whole season was gonna be him trying to get to Mandalore to find the mines to redeem himself. I thought it was gonna be a whole season and it
Mhm.
would end on that, him finding it. This dude did it in an episode and a half. So like after that, I'm like, what's going on? So we had no idea what was going on until maybe the 5th or 6th episode when we saw that Moff escape. Then we kind of knew, oh, okay. But I feel like it kind of dragged out where we didn't know what was going on for 5, 6 episodes. Then the Moff thing came in, and then dude was in there for like 10 minutes and then dies. It was like I felt they should have brought Gideon in earlier. Because like I just felt kind of lost through a lot of the episodes because where is this going? But it did have some amazing moments, like seeing the Order 66 flashback with Grogu and Ahmed Best, and seeing
Mhm.
the gunships and the live action clones voiced by Tamora, like that was beautiful.
Yeah, that was
And then freaking Zeb. When I saw Zeb, like it's rare when something catches you off guard and shocks you and surprises you because there were no leaks, there were no rumors, and even before that episode, I know people were like worried about the Ahsoka show, saying I don't think Zeb's in Ahsoka because there's no rumors about it yet, and everyone was kind of like maybe it's too complicated to do a Lasat in live action. But when this man came up, I don't know if you saw my reaction, but I was shocked You saw my reaction for it?
Yeah, I definitely did because I love anything about Zeb, I'll always watch, like, because
Yeah.
that caught me left field too. I was so shook.
So when I met Steve, I told him I was like, Steve, when you popped up in Mando, I was so shocked. My reaction is crazy. Can I show it to you? He was like, yeah, of course I want to see it. So I showed him my reaction, and he loved it. He was so happy to see it. He was like, man, tag me in that. I want to share it. Like, thank you for sharing that with me. Cause like it truly caught me off guard. Like I was like, oh shit, Zeb. And for like a minute, I couldn't speak. I was speechless because I was like trying to figure out, is that Zeb or is that just another Lasat? So that was a priceless moment. And I think there was other cool things. Oh, seeing the mythosaur. I was
Oh,
like, that was like, wow, that's like Mandalorian Boba Fett, like legends history. But then they did nothing with it though, which
yep.
kind of like at least have it pop up. Like everybody assumed that Bo or Grogu was going to be riding that sucker in the end in a final battle, and nothing.
Nope, nothing at all. They, like, totally teased us on that one. I was expecting it to come back and it never did, so that was definitely something that disappointed me a little bit, but I
Yeah,
think Zeb's transition from, like, animation to live action was so seamless, like, it was just awesome. So that
yeah,
was definitely something positive that came out of Mando season 3.
yeah. Because he looks so good, and I think they said that Steve Bloom did motion face capture. That way, his face looked like really good when he was talking. So I think they did a little mocap for him. I think I read that somewhere. So yeah, super dope. At the Rebels panel, they were trying to get it out of him if we're gonna see more of him in Ahsoka, but he wasn't saying a thing. So I'm pretty sure he has to be in Ahsoka.
I'm sure I mean, Hera's in it, Sabine's in it, like, Ezra's made a little hologram
He's in
appearance,
it.
like,
Yeah.
I'm sure Zeb will be one, so I just don't
Yeah.
know, maybe they didn't wanna spoil it for people that haven't seen Mando, but I think anyone that's really excited for Ahsoka would have
Oh,
watched Mando.
no, of course, of course. Who in Ahsoka are you most excited to see live action first?
Thrawn,
Oh,
easily. That is gonna be so
yeah.
interesting to me, like, the return of Thrawn. After all of these years, we're gonna
Yes.
now get him from animated to live action. What is he gonna look like? I know you got to see what they
Up close.
released, so
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that one yet, but I am so excited for Thrawn. Like, he's, like, such a bad guy. Like,
Yeah.
I love him. Like, it's crazy.
So Thrawn is very slept on, and for like people, Star Wars fans that don't know much about Thrawn, they're missing out because to me, he's like top three, top five villains in all Star Wars, hands down,
Easily.
easily. And he has no powers. He's not a Sith, no Force, no cool lightsaber. This man gets you with his mind. He's so strategic and like, oh, I just love that about him. So yeah, I cannot wait to see that. And I think Filoni's movie that he has is basically Heirs to the Empire,
Mhm.
all these guys fighting Thrawn on the big screen. That when that movie drops, it's gonna break so many records for like sales in the theaters for Star Wars movies because it's Filoni, it's Thrawn, it's Ahsoka. Luke's probably gonna be in it. Mando on the big screen, more than likely. Probably Boba Fett back again. Sabine and the Ghost Crew. It's
Mhm.
I already know I'm gonna see that movie like 10 times in the first
Yeah,
month
easily.
at least. Like it'll
Easily.
be like once a week. Like I'm not gonna let a week pass by where I don't see it. So yeah, we're in for some juicy, juicy stuff.
Is that the one I did see on Twitter somewhere that someone posted that both Hayden Christensen and Mark Hamill are making a return? Is
So
that movie?
no, that's for the Ray movie. So the Ray
Oh,
movie is the first movie we're getting in 2025, and allegedly, yeah, Mark and Hayden are gonna be in there. Now, I love it, but at the same time, I kind of don't because I feel like they're putting them in there to bring people there. Because if it's just Ray, there's a lot of people that are haters and that aren't gonna go. But if you
yep.
show Mark and Hayden in a trailer, everyone's gonna lose their minds. So if they do it, I hope it makes sense and they use them right. I don't want them to like ruin Luke further potentially, or like God forbid you have Force Ghost Hayden and they mess it up. Oh, people would riot.
Yeah. I would riot, to be honest.
But at the same time, they could do some crazy stuff if they have like Force Ghost Hayden and Luke talking with Ray and like them talking to each other, like father and son, Force
Mhm.
Ghost talking to each other, like on some deep stuff. I don't know. So I guess we'll see how it's done. But yeah, it's for the Ray movie 2025.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. That makes sense.
And the cool thing about that is at Japan Celebration, we're gonna get the trailer for the Ray movie first there. So if you do get to go, we're gonna see it there first before everybody else, which is
Awesome. Yeah.
crazy.
Even more
Yeah.
of a reason to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the last comment, the last article I have, because there wasn't much, but Mark Hamill comments on recasting Luke Skywalker. So I guess they were talking to him, and where's it at? So he said, people say, "Oh, now you're going to be able to do a whole series of Luke post Return of the Jedi." And then Mark said, "I don't think so. First of all, they don't need to tell those stories, but if they do, they could get an age appropriate actor, meaning he's too old for this shit. He's like he's
Yeah.
not, for a full series of work, especially that Luke in his prime, which would be doing a lot, running around, fighting, jumping, and stuff like that. So, yeah, don't count on Mark coming back for a full like series, but I'll take him as Force Ghost sprinkled here and there, you know?
Yeah, easily. I mean, he's just the iconic Luke Skywalker, but I'm pretty sure even like in Mando when he made those returns, they like used a different guy and kind of just CGI'd his face.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. It was some dude, I forgot his name. He kind of looked like Mark though,
Yeah, they look he
but
looked very similar but different.
yeah, they still brought Mark in though for all of that because they needed his like face motion capture of him saying everything, like, and then they did combination of that and his voice and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, he's just getting old, man, which is crazy, man. So crazy.
It's just hard though, like, it's not like they're continuing, Luke on as a growing, like, with
Yeah,
age. They're, like, kinda going back in time, which is hard to do when the actor is getting older, and you can kinda
yeah,
see it in his physical appearance. He's definitely not as young as he used to be, like, I mean so, yeah, it's definitely hard, like, even with Hayden, he's getting a little older,
yeah.
same thing with
He's.
Ewan, like, we're getting old, but we're
I
still
know.
going into the past, which is
Yep.
kinda hard, like, as much as I love them as actors and need them, I can see the aging kind of, like, getting in the way a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially like Hayden and stuff. Like some of the scenes in Kenobi, like when when Obi-Wan saw him like in the distance in the field, and he had like the cloak on. Like you could tell in his face, like, man, this dude is getting old, man. But
Mhm,
still love it. Still love to see him.
of course.
So another that's all the articles I had. But one thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I don't really mess with it, but you're like the king queen of it, like for sure, is Whatnot. So I know Whatnot
Cool.
is kind of like a live eBay app kind of deal, right? It's like live auctions and you bid and stuff like that, pretty much.
Yeah, essentially. So you have different like there you can buy anything on there for shoes, pops, like anything
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
interested in, you could easily find a seller. And like they run shows where they either have like a buy it now where they already have things pre-listed or they run
Okay.
like an auction. And like during that auction, they'll literally put anything up for like random prices and you can even kind of bid them, you can ask them what it is and like a lot of the pops that I've gotten are, like, new, like, literally in pop
Yeah.
protectors, like, not open, great condition. I mean, there's been some that are kinda, like, not so great, dinged up a little
Yeah.
bit, but I absolutely love Whatnot. Like, I feel like when you go to the comic conventions and stuff, as much as I love going, I find it to be really hard to purchase pops from there because they're really overpriced.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
on Whatnot, you kind of find them on the low, and I feel like that makes it so much more easy to collect. Like, I I've gotten tons of pops from Whatnot.
No, and every time I see you put a video, I'm like, what? Like didn't you get your did you get your Thrawn off of there?
I actually
Or
got my Thrawn at the Collecticon, but, like, I just picked up, like, the
oh,
hooded Darth Maul convention for $17.
wow.
Like, easy money.
Yeah, and did you found like a lot of like the Rebels pops on there too, right?
Oh, yeah, like, just about all of them, essentially.
What? Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's something that I kind of want to get into, but then I don't at the same time because like if it's a good deal, I don't have self-control. But like you kind of have to be patient because you have to watch it, right? And then like bid and stuff. So it can be time consuming.
It definitely can be. I mean, some of the it really kinda depends on who the seller is, but some of
Uh-huh.
them, they'll list a bunch of stuff, and they won't even kinda, like, put a price, they'll just put, like, a pre-bid, and they'll ask you, "What are you guys interested in?" And, like, you could type in, "I'm looking
Yeah.
for Maul, I'm looking for Star Wars," and they're like, "Okay, I'm gonna queue it up next," and then they'll run it. Like, Slapshot Pops, he does a ton of stuff on Whatnot. Like, I absolutely love buying sodas from him, and, like, a lot of them are really, really cheap. But, yeah, I got the majority of the Rebels, and then they shot up in price, so I definitely grabbed
Oh
them at a good
yeah.
time, but I have no self-control on that app, so it's definitely a very slippery
Mm,
slope because you just see them and you're like, "Oh, I should grab this, like, this is an
yeah.
excellent price," and you just grab it, and then next thing you know, you've got, like, 100 boxes at your doorstep, and you're done. Like, it's crazy.
What's the best pop you got off of Whatnot?
Ooh, that's a good question. Hmm. I know recently, or not too long ago, I got the Han Solo from the Orlando celebration.
Oh,
For
nice.
not too much, like, at all. So I think, I mean, some of them I've gotten from, like, other places. I'm trying to, like, think. But, like, I got Ezra and Canon off Whatnot, so I've definitely gotten
Nice.
some really good pops from there. Like, I got
Yeah.
I probably my best one would be the Padme, like, the Geonosis version. I think I got her for, like,
Oh,
such a steal.
is that the one that was like an exclusive to what the heck convention? ECC, I think it was. Does it have like a green sticker
Something,
on
yeah,
it?
something with a green sticker, but I
Yeah.
got her off Whatnot, and
Ah.
I've been looking for her everywhere, 100,
Yeah,
$120.
she's up there. She's triple digits.
Yeah, she was up there, and the guy, I ended up asking him, I was like, "Yo, like, what are you asking for her?" And he ended up telling me a price, and then he lifted up the box, and it was a higher price, but he told
Mhm.
me something lower, and I was like, "So we definitely have to go with what you just said, like, as the lower
Yeah.
price," and he was valid, like, he gave it to me for that price too. So I
How
think I
much you
got it
got it
for, like,
for?
$60, like, that was he had her
Oh,
listed for
that's
80, and I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, no, you said 60, like, that's a deal, sign me up."
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't have her. That's one of the ones that I need. But damn. So do you mainly collect Star Wars Funko Pops?
Yeah, I've definitely got a lot of Funko Pops, but I kind of recently just started getting into like different things. Like I've
Mhm.
really been enjoying like the little bag clips to like put on my lounge
Oh,
flies.
yeah, I just seen I don't know if it was on your Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, how you made the side of like
Yeah.
your display, the custom
Mhm.
thing, and you have like Phantom Menace, Mando, that looks so clean. I wish I was as like creative as you in making stuff like that because that looks so sick. That looks so good.
I definitely try to like make a lot of the stuff I have. Like I've got like very limited space. I've been contained to my
Yeah.
room essentially, so I've got to really
Oh,
maximize what I've got. I've got a few things like out in the living room, but I definitely try to keep it like low key and in here. So like I've tried getting like, the little soda things, but yeah, I
mhm.
definitely got into the bag clips because I really like the lounge flies and they like make little cute accessories. And they're just like I feel like the thrill of trying to find like the chase version or like the
Yeah, yeah,
exclusive, like,
yeah.
I just love that aspect of it, so it's definitely been something new, and they're a lot cheaper than most of the pops, or even, like, challenge coins, I found some cool ones.
Yeah. Have you gone to the dark side with the Funko sodas yet?
I definitely went down the dark side, unfortunately.
Yeah, I blame who do I blame? I think it's Chris at Seriously Star
Yeah,
Wars. I think it's
Chris
it's
got me
his
into
fault.
it, yeah.
Yeah, it's his fault because like he started doing them like he was doing them slowly, like one at a time. Like first he did a Vader video, then the Stormtrooper, then like whatever Jawa, and I'm like, damn, like I'm watching and I'm like, I hope he gets to chase. I hope he gets to chase, and then it slowly turned me into it. So I think I have like 8 sodas right now, 8 Funko sodas, all Star Wars right now. How many
Yeah.
you got?
Uh, I think I'm at, like, maybe 5 at the moment, but
Oh,
I've definitely
okay.
been keeping an eye out to, like, kind of I love them. Honestly, when I first started collecting, like, me and my buddy, we were just, like, kinda shooting the shit, and I
Yeah.
was like he was like, "Yo, like, what do you think of these sodas?" And I was like, "I don't really know, like, I think that they're, like, weird." And then I
Yeah.
ended up seeing Chris post them, and I was like, "You know what? These are actually pretty cool," and, like, the thrill of getting a chase really on anything just has
Yep.
such an allure to me, so I easily got into it, and then they started releasing, like, the Darth Maul and the holographic Obi, and I was like,
Mm,
"That is easy money right there, Funko, like, you got me." So, I definitely
yeah.
went down that slippery slope. I'm trying to get them all in the, OE1 still, but as like even the new Princess Leia, the Greedo,
Fire.
like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, the mall, I some website did a chase bundle, so I bought it right away because like I needed both of them, and I wasn't gonna try to like buy a bunch
Yeah.
and then not get it. But the one thing I noticed about sodas, they're kind of hard to find in the wild. I
Oh,
rarely ever see them anywhere. Like I'm always at Hot Topic, Box Lunch, Target, GameStop, and I rarely ever see sodas, let alone Star Wars sodas. Every now and then I'll see a random Marvel or DC or a movie soda, but like they're not mass produced, which is crazy.
yeah, I think that you really just have to buy them, like, straight off Funko, but everyone buys, like, a whole case just hoping to get a chase, and, like, I
Yeah,
don't what am I gonna do with the other 5 that I
extra.
like, that aren't the chase? Like, it just doesn't yeah, I mean, do you have an FYE by you? I've seen a
Yeah,
few at
I got
FYE.
yep, I got like 2 FYEs by me. I'm a little spoiled,
Yeah.
so yeah, there's 2 of them by me.
Yeah, I finally saw the Padme, like, in the wild, but I was like,
Really?
yeah, so it was like it was mixed in with all the other ones, like, like the armor guy
Wow.
and, like but very rarely do I see Star Wars. Like, I'll see Marvel all the time, like, I see all these other sodas, like, at Target and stuff,
Yeah,
never see Star Wars. And even when
yeah.
I've gone to Target, they're, like, opened, people have, like,
Yo,
pulled the wrap and I'm
yep,
like, "Dude, like, you're killing this
yeah.
whole scheme right now."
I saw, like, I think it was disc trackers or Funko Finders that
Yeah,
some Targets have them in, like, a clear case now. Like, the soda is in a clear thing, and you have to take it up to the front, and they have to open it
open it.
to
Yeah, that's
prevent
crazy.
that, which is crazy that they have to do that. But, yeah, the Target by me had a bunch of, like, some Wakanda can, I forgot who it
Yep,
was.
like the
All of
Neymar.
them open yeah, all of them open. I was like, "Damn, what the hell?"
I
Like, that's
mean,
crazy.
honestly, even with the Bitty Pops, I found 2 boxes at Target, like, so out of, like, left field, and they were both
Yeah?
opened. And I was
What?
like, "Why are you people d like, you
For the
opened it, didn't
chase.
really" yeah, to find out what the, the exclusive one was, and I'm like, "You guys just kill, like, the allure of it," like,
Yeah,
and then, of
yeah.
course, because it was already open, like, I didn't have either of them, so I ended up grabbing it, but, of course, I, like, peeked in, and I was like, "Well, it's already open," but, like, I wasn't gonna be the one to open it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm not that
yeah.
kind of person, but it surprises me what people do with the sodas, the bitty pops, like, it never ceases to amaze me,
Yeah, no, for sure. So, what Star Wars project this year are you looking forward to the most? Is it Ahsoka?
easily.
Yeah,
Hands down. I mean, there's definitely some really good contenders, but I like, as I've grown up, I definitely have come to appreciate Ahsoka, like, as a character and who she
yeah,
represents, and even the both of the strong females that play her, I really admire and look up to, so I'm really excited to see Ahsoka. I think that's probably hands down my favorite project that's coming out, to be honest.
yeah. The trailers we got a celebration for that were amazing. We also got trailers for Acolyte, which comes out
Yeah,
next year sometime. And then it's crazy to say, but I was just as hyped for Acolyte as I was for Ahsoka after seeing the
really.
Acolyte trailer. It looks good, but that was on the first day. The second day, we got the second Ahsoka trailer that showed Thrawn up
Mhm.
close, and that took the cake, like for sure. But Acolyte is something that is going to be dope. It looks dark, and I think we're going to get a lot of Sith in it because there's a lot of Jedi's. Like in the trailer, you see a lot of Jedi's, you see a lot of
Mhm.
lightsabers, but like all these Jedi's aren't going to be igniting their lightsabers if there isn't like a bunch of Sith about to try to get them. So I'm looking forward to Acolyte like a lot, and it's 100 years right before Phantom Menace,
Oh.
and there's potential for Darth Plagueis, which was Palpatine's master,
Mhm.
could be maybe in it. Could be like the timeline like kind of adds up. I don't know if they're gonna go that route, but it would be cool if they did. So
That would definitely be pretty interesting to see, because I mean, other than mention, you don't really get much of his story and what goes on, so
yeah.
that'd be pretty interesting. And isn't there like an Ewok type of Jedi,
Oh,
possibly?
Wookiee. There's a Wookiee
It's a
Jedi.
Wookiee?
Yeah,
Okay.
he came out on stage. So there's pictures of him. If you look online, there's leaked pictures.
Uh-huh.
But like he's just a Wookiee. He has like a little man bun, a little gold like vest, and he has a lightsaber.
That's cool.
So
I
yeah,
like what they're doing with that. That's pretty cool.
yeah, I know. Just like Gunji from like Clone Wars and Bad Batch, like it's like a full grown Gunji, but not Gunji. But
Like
I'm super
Gunji's grandfather.
yeah, 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 his great grandfather. So I'm hyped for that because the minute I see this Wookiee in action, light his saber and go to fight, it's gonna be so sick, like so sick. And it's the same actor that played Chewie in the sequels. What's that one guy's name? Junis or something like that.
Mm,
Whoever that
I'm
actor is,
so bad with
that's
names, so
yeah, it's that guy. So he's the same actor. So you know it's gonna be like legit Wookiee height, like tall.
yeah,
So
easily. Yeah, no, I mean, they all seem really exciting, like, even the Skeleton Crew like, has my attention, so I'm definitely excited for everything that's coming out, but yeah, Ahsoka's kind of on my on the top of my list at the moment.
nice, nice. So that's pretty much everything I had for today. Do you have any projects or anything coming out soon that the people could look forward to?
I'm gonna try to start doing like walkthroughs of what I have in my collection. I definitely
Oh,
in the
nice.
future want to do like a complete room tour of like what I
Yeah.
have up in here. So that's definitely on the way. I definitely talked about doing it once I got 100 subscribers. So that's something that's definitely in the works now that I do
Hmm.
have that. But yeah, I kind of just want to do more like in-depth reviews of like what I have, like the different lounge flies I have,
Hmm.
different sodas. I did my little brick heads. But I'm gonna
Oh
just try to
yeah.
keep it light, you know, do some DIY projects, gotta maximize the space, of course. But,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, nothing out of the ordinary that I'm not already doing. New comic shops, things like that.
Nice, nice. All right, so for you guys watching, definitely check her out. I'm gonna put the link down in the description. But that's gonna be everything for this episode of Sith Talk. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.